Check this out. It's the Aice Lite, a wearable neck air conditioner from RANVOO. I'm really excited to test this out. Welcome back to another Jeff Reviews for you. And as you saw, we are looking at a personal neck air conditioner called the Aice Lite. But you know what? Enough talk. Let's get right into this review. If we look at the design, we see that it has a flexible neck to expand up to 5.5 inches. And of course, it's as small as 3.5 inches. So that's a wide variety as far as neck sizes. If we look at the structure of the Aice Lite, we of course have our fans that blow up at our head on the top here. But then underneath here, these two fans actually will blow down the back of your neck. Of course, here on this side, the back, and on this side are intake. So that will bring the air in. So then the other vents can cool us off. We do have our buttons that we're going to talk about in just a minute, but underneath is where we charge it. And of course we have our USB-C charger. And of course there's a little tiny reset plug hole there that you can put like a needle or whatnot in there. If your unit gets stuck, you can reset it. I'm a big fan of these neck air conditioners, but check this out. It has a 6,000 milliamp battery installed. That means you can have hours of use of this neck air conditioner. Plus, the best part, it's $199. I want to show you the various functions of the Aice Lite. We have the power button here, and this is the temperature and fan speed buttons there. So let's turn it on. You can see that we're in C3, and that's the cooling mode, level 3. We can go up and down. Right now, we can only go down to C2 and C1. What that does is the pre-installed software actually changes the fan speed and the cooling plate level when you click up and down. Of course, C3 is the coldest with the highest fan. If I wanted to switch modes, I'm just going to push and hold the power button. You can see I've now gone to F3, which is just the fan mode or the wind mode. Of course, you can go up and down just like we could in the C mode. We're going to push and hold that power button again. That takes us to the heat only mode. That's when these plates are going to heat up. Push and hold again. We actually went into what's known as the AI mode, where this thing will detect the surrounding area and put out the cooling that you have set based on the temperature here. In the AI mode, we can of course adjust the fan speed. F1 of course is the lowest, F3 is the highest, but we can also adjust the temperature right there. It's showing us 16 degrees Celsius, but if I hit the plus button, I can count all the way up to 42 degrees Celsius. The cool thing is on the AI mode, when you set it to this temperature, it'll actually shut off if it's reached that temperature. And of course, it won't go lower and it won't go higher. I've been asked before, how loud are those neck fans? Are they unbearable to your ears? Well, you can see me talking is into the mid to upper 80s as far as the decibel range, but now I'm going to keep quiet. You saw that the Aice 3 was actually in the lower 70s. That's on the highest range of the fan speed. Of course, if we drop it to the lowest fan speed, you can see it's in the low 60s. Now we want to test the cooling power of the Aice Lite. As you can see right here on the metal plates, we're right around 70 degrees Fahrenheit. For those of you guys that are in Celsius, that's 21 degrees Celsius. What we are going to do is we're going to turn the Aice Lite on, and it's already set to mode C3, which that is the coldest of the plates here and the highest fan speed. I can already hear that fan kicking in. Now, the coldest temperature is 61 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's see how we do. It's been on for about 20 seconds. You can see we dropped down from 70 right here. We're around 66 degrees Fahrenheit. Oop. The temperature does fluctuate just a little bit, but then again, we've only been on for about 30 seconds. I'm going to come back at about a minute to see what it looks like. Let's check this out. And just to show you that our room temperature is still in the 70s, this is the outside plastic. We're going to move right over. And what do we see? An instant drop. Look at how cold that actually gets. I do love that. Now we're going to check the heat mode. You can see that we're ranging right in around 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Of course, that's 21 degrees Celsius. So what we want to do is we want to turn this on. There we go. Hit the right button. So you can see that we're on H3, which is the highest of the heat settings. You know, it's been on just for a few seconds. Let's see what we have. Well, look at that. We've already started going up. I'm going to check back in a couple minutes to see how hot it gets. It's been on for just about 2 minutes, and as you can see, we've gotten as high as 95 degrees Fahrenheit, which is right around 35 degrees Celsius. That is getting nice and toasty. 100 degrees Fahrenheit is the highest that I've seen this get, which is nice and warm. So if you're chilly, this thing will definitely keep you warm. We have talked about the amazing features of the Aice Lite, but did you know that it's also app enabled? So let's open up our app. And the cool thing about this is it's going to use our Bluetooth connections to try and connect. That one wants me to connect to my Aice 3. Let me turn this one on. Now that it's on, you see that it actually picked up the Aice Lite. We're going to change this to cooling. And of course, you can see that I can change all the different functions right here on the app. If I want to do just the fan speed, I can do that. I can do the AI mode. Best of all, I can change the temperature and the fan speed right here from my app. If I want to go into the settings, I just click the settings button. I can look in there and I can see my different firmware or software. Plus I can change it from Fahrenheit to Celsius. I can change my language if I wanted to. But the cool part is I can actually rename it if I wanted it to. That is all pretty sweet. All right, you can also see that we have our battery indicator so we can know how much charge we have on there. I do appreciate the app integration. It seemed to connect pretty seamless. So tell me, what are your thoughts of these wearable neck air conditioners? Something you consider? Not so much? Let me know down in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. We of course have already talked about our 6,000 milliamp battery, but let's talk about the numbers and how that translated into use. Well, first and foremost, I did run this completely empty and it took 3.5 hours for it to fully recharge. Once I was fully recharged, I set it onto the C3 mode, which if you remember, that's the highest fan speed and the coldest metal plates possible, and that ran for a full 4 hours. We of course charged it back up again because I also wanted to test it on C1, which is the lowest of the fan setting and the warmer of the settings where it has for these metal plates. And man, let me tell you, that ran for a full 24 hours. Now for me, it wasn't cold enough on that setting, but if you like it, 24 hours of use on one charge, that was pretty impressive. I wanted to give you a wind speed test. Now this is as high as the fan will actually operate. You can see it's about 4.8 miles an hour, which is pretty decent. Now let's transition that down to medium. Then of course we'll also try low. We've gone here to the middle level and you can see we're right around 1.7 to 2 miles per hour as far as our wind speed. I have done it as on the lowest level that it allows with the fan still on, and to be honest with you, the anemometer doesn't pick up the wind speed. It is a faint little breeze, but something that's not picked up on the anemometer. As you can see, it's a sunny day, the perfect day to test out the Aice Lite. So far today, I've coached a soccer game. I went to a football game now. I'm getting ready to mow this lawn all with the Aice Lite. Let me tell you, it's kept me really, really cool. And now that my day is done, I get to sit here relaxing in my Adirondack chairs from Ashley's Signature Collection. And guess what? Because of the battery, my Aice Lite is still keeping me cool. In this video, we were taking a look at the Aice Lite by RANVOO. So what do we think of it? First things first, let's talk about that price point. If you look right on Amazon, it's just under $200. Initially, you could have some sticker shock, but if you do your research, it is on the lower end when you compare it to other neck fans that actually have the metal cooling plates, because that's an important part to making sure you have that neck air conditioner. I really do appreciate that it had a quick charge and that battery life lasted actually a decent time, even on high, 4 hours. That was a great job. Not to mention, I love the app integration. There was nothing more convenient than being able to adjust the temperature of the plates or the fan speed just by the push of a button. I tested this out in a variety of areas. I was outside, I was even driving in my car, and I thought, wow, this is actually pretty impressive and it keeps you cold even in a closed environment. To me, that's pretty important. I see a lot of applications for this device, whether you're just out at sporting events, you're doing yard work, maybe you're going to the ball game. This thing did a great job of keeping me cold. Plus, it was a great conversation piece because I had a lot of people coming up saying, hey, what is that? Can I try it out? This is pretty cool. Anyway, if this is something that interests you, I will leave a link down in the description. This is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You. As always, thanks for stopping by and I hope you have a great day. I real quick wanted to show you a head-to-head between the Aice 3 and the Aice Lite. There are a whole lot of similarities. The software is a little different in the two. They both do work with the app. One thing I liked from the Aice 3 was this one had that little stand where it would operate as like a desktop fan air conditioner. I really do like that. Now, that being said, it's about $170 more than the Aice Lite. So if you don't care for that feature, I'd go with the Aice Lite. I really do appreciate that you stayed around for my entire review of the Aice Lite. You know what? In this video, I actually showed you two other products. One was the Aice 3, which I reviewed not that long ago. I'm going to link that right up here. But I also showed you my sweet red Adirondack chairs. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna link that review right over here, and I would love it if you would click on one of those links. And when you do, by the magic of the internet, I'm gonna join you right here or right there. So go ahead, click one. They're safe, I promise.